Hello and welcome to Elecspo, and for the final time we're going to see if one more person can inspire a League One team all the way to the Premier League. And it is the time for the Wonderkid goalkeeper, and it is none other than Gianluigi Donnarumma, who in the first time I did this introduction I called Antonio, who's his older brother. It's not him, it's Gianluigi Donnarumma. Just thought I'd give you a little brief insight into how badly things sometimes go wrong on this channel. But Antonio Donnarumma, I mean, it's frightening still to be calling this guy a Wonderkid. It feels like he's been around for ages. The PSG stopper, the Euro 2020 winner with Italy, can he take Portsmouth all the way to the Premier League? Manuel Neuer was our veteran goalkeeper. He couldn't do it, but he did very, very well. He's got into the Championship, played fantastically every season at Fratton Park. But can Donnarumma do even better? And can he become the third Wonderkid to take a League One team to the Premier League? Haaland did it, De Ligt did it. Can Donnarumma do the same? Let's dive into the simulation and see how Donnarumma gets on at Portsmouth. Okay, here we are at the start of the simulation. This is the aforementioned Antonio Donnarumma. We're not interested in him, he's 30 years old. We are more interested in, well, we're only interested in Gianluigi Donnarumma, 22 years old, in between the sticks for Portsmouth. 26 caps for Italy. Like I say, it feels like he's been around forever. The AC Milan #1 for years. Now he's at Paris Saint-Germain. An incredible goalkeeper. But when you look at his stats, not quite as good as old Manuel Neuer. The man 13 years his senior. Much better attributes in between the sticks. But still, he's got time to develop. He's got 5 years at Portsmouth. 5 years to take them to the Premier League. He's looking forward to moving clubs like all of these players in this series, but that'll sharp change when things start to improve at Portsmouth. Let's go a year into the future. Let's see if first things first, he can just do what Neuer did and get them straight out of League One. Let's go. Right, here we are at the end of the first season, Sky Bet League One, and as you can see, Portsmouth are going up. They have won the playoffs, beating Sheffield Wednesday in the final to make their way to the second tier of English football. Donnarumma, you can see, he wasn't the best player in the division, wasn't even in the top 3. He was behind 2 players from Bern and Václav Slajki from Ipswich. Again, I'm saying that wrong, I'm very sorry. But he got 9 Player of the Match awards, which was just as good as anyone in the division. And he got a very impressive 18 clean sheets for Pompey, 3 behind the Ipswich #1. Portsmouth coming third with 84 points. They were only 2 points shy of going up automatically. They had to do it via the playoffs. They beat Sunderland in the semi-finals. Then they beat Sheffield Wednesday in the final at Wembley. Let's have a little look at Donnarumma. He's 23 now. He played every single game for Pompey and he kept 17 clean sheets in 46 appearances. Conceded 41 goals, less than a goal a game. 8 Player of the Match awards, and his average rating 7.21, which isn't not quite as good as what Manuel Neuer was doing, but he was just on a different level. Donnarumma though, the best player at the club, not a million miles ahead of everyone. Joe Morel not too far away, 0.15 behind the Italian stopper. The Italian stopper who played more football than anyone at the club. 60 appearances all season. It seems as though he's played every single minute of every single game for Pompey in the first season of this experiment. But the big question is, have they won the Pizza Cup? It would make a lot of sense if an Italian won the Pizza Cup, but they haven't. Stereotypes have failed me. They were beaten in the quarterfinals on penalties, and that is massively disappointing. 4 penalties faced, and Donnarumma didn't save a single one of them. But he played very well, a 7.7. But in the end, at least they have gone up. An 8.7 rating in the second leg of the semi-final was exceptional from Donnarumma. And in the final, a 7.8. A great season from Donnarumma. Portsmouth are going up, and they are going into the Championship. Season 1, and Donnarumma has matched Manuel Neuer. He hasn't played quite as well, but he's still been very good. Now can he do the thing Neuer didn't? Can he take them from the Championship to the Premier League? That's the step that the German World Cup winner couldn't do. Can Donnarumma do better? I couldn't think of anything else to say there. Let's just see how he gets on, shall we? Okay, Season 2, and to the Championship we go, and Portsmouth, they finish 8th. They have only just missed out on the playoffs. They got 71 points, which was the same as 4 other teams, one of which was Swansea, who got into the playoffs. Swansea with the best goal difference of 17, better goal difference than Blackpool, Millwall and Portsmouth to creep into the playoffs. You had Bristol City also, they've actually won the playoffs, they got 72 points. So Portsmouth have actually had a very good season, and if a couple of results had gone differently, they would have been in the playoffs. It's been a great season from Donnarumma as well. 10 Player of the Match awards, more than anyone else in the entire division, but he didn't get the most clean sheets, he wasn't the best player. Again, Manuel Neuer has trumped him. Let's check Donnarumma out. He's got the number 14 shirt now, which is strange, but he got 15 clean sheets, 10 Player of the Match awards. His average rating 7.2. It's basically the same as what it was in the first season, so he's doing just as well despite the increase in quality. Once again, he's played every single game, but he's conceded 51 goals in 46 appearances. For a man of his calibre, and compared to what Neuer did, you'll be disappointed that his average goals conceded per game was above 1, but it doesn't really matter. Portsmouth, a good season where they've just missed out on the playoffs, and it's a platform for them to build on. Donnarumma now the vice-captain at Fratton Park, which is fairly interesting considering his tentative years. I mean, he's not that young, but for a goalkeeper he is pretty young. There was another penalty shootout defeat that lost to Watford in the FA Cup 4th round. Donnarumma again not saving any of them. This is a man who broke English hearts in the penalties at the Euros, but you know, it's not making a difference here, although he did help Portsmouth win one in the Carabao Cup against Bournemouth, where he saved 2. I assume he saved them, they didn't go in. Let's check the players out once again. Unsurprisingly, Donnarumma, best player at the club, and he's actually only one of 4 players to get averaging more than a 7, well clear of the second best player, Marcus Harness. And again, he's played more games than anyone, 52 appearances, down from the 60 that it was in the first season. God, that was a lot of football. 52 appearances this time, the only player of a Portsmouth persuasion to play more than 50 times. So they've came 9th in their first season in the Championship, but 1 more point and they could have finished 5th. It's very, very close, and I've now got high expectations. I believe this can be the one. When we go into season 3, they've got to be in the playoffs. We've got to be kicking on. I think we're going to be in the playoffs in season 3, but will that happen? Let's find out. Right, season 3, Portsmouth 2nd in the Championship. I was predicting that they would finish in the playoffs, but they've actually finished in the bottom half. They have done much worse than the season prior. They are 10 points worse off, 61 on the board, goal difference of bang on around 0, and they're in 13th place. 14 points shy of the playoffs. There's been a real drop off from Pompey, and at the top of the charts there is no Italian number 1 in sight. No Donnarumma anywhere. What has gone on at Portsmouth? Let's have a little look. Donnarumma is now the captain, wearing the armband. He's also got the number 1 shirt, and again he did play every single game. 46 appearances, 49 goals conceded, 15 clean sheets, 7 Player of the Match awards, and again average rating 7.2. My oh my, is Gianluigi Donnarumma consistent. And maybe it just says a lot about the standard of the Championship that 15 clean sheets and 7 Player of the Match awards didn't get him at the top of the charts. A few goalkeepers there doing better than him, but I mean, 15 clean sheets, it's still quite a lot. To get 47 so far from 3 seasons, it's pretty good going. But it wasn't enough to propel Portsmouth anywhere near the playoffs. There's been a change of manager, and we have a look at the average ratings. The average ratings have actually been better than the season prior. And Donnarumma wasn't even the best player at the club. He was trumped by Ryan Nyambe. Then you've got Charlie Patino, he was nearly better than him, and so was Ben Nelson, whoever he is, Lee's brother. Ricardo Centurion, he also did quite well, and Donnarumma, based on this season, just looks like one of a half decent bunch. Have a lot of Portsmouth players increased, or has Donnarumma got worse? I mean, based on the average ratings, Portsmouth players have lifted their levels, but it hasn't resulted in a promotion charge. They have finished the season in 13th, and that is really disappointing, because I thought with the Wonderkids in these experiments, we've been getting better and better year after year. Donnarumma, prove me wrong. Season 4, there needs to be a promotion charge. It's going to be the last chance if he's actually going to play in the Premier League for Portsmouth. Can he get them there? Let's find out. Right, this is the end of season 4 and Donnarumma has finally came to play and he is taking Portsmouth to the Premier League. Our third Wonderkid who is taking up. The only Wonderkid who didn't take his League One team to the Premier League was Pedri, and that was all Phil Neville's fault if you remember rightly. Donnarumma's done it though. Portsmouth, they have came 5th, they have won the playoffs, they beat Sheffield United 3-2 in the final. This is exciting, I am excited. Donnarumma, the second best player in the division, actually he was the best player in the division, joint with Chris Nepham, 7.32, he got 9 Player of the Match awards, and Pompey are on their way to the Premier League. They are going back to the promised land, and in Donnarumma's final year as a Pompey player, he will be playing in the top flight of English football, and this has been his best season to date in England. Even though he got less clean sheets, only 12 this time, but he conceded 43 and 44 appearances, didn't play every single game like he has in the past, but his average rating of 7.36 is the best we've seen from Donnarumma, and he's back to the top of the pile, 54 appearances in all competitions, the best player in this Portsmouth team, a Portsmouth team that involves a sterling little group of youngsters, Hannibal Medri, Sepp van den Berg, Charlie Patino. It's what an exciting little team we've got going on here at Fratton Park, and it's a team, I mean a lot of them are low in age, but that's fine, it's a team that is going up to the Premier League. Donnarumma has done it, he's done what Haaland did, he's done what De Ligt did, but can he emulate Haaland and actually keep his side in the Premier League? When De Ligt got the Premier League with Charlton, they went straight back down, but Haaland actually managed to keep Sunderland in the top flight. Donnarumma has now eclipsed Manuel Neuer. Can he end this series as the best player of all? One more season, one more chance. Let's go to the end of the 5th season. Let's see how Donnarumma and Portsmouth get on in the Premier League. Right, here we are in the Premier League, the 11th of June 2026, the 5th and final season of this simulation. And sadly for Donnarumma and Portsmouth, it is ended in relegation. They have finished rock bottom of the Premier League with 29 points. They only won 6 games all season, 11 draws, 21 defeats, and a goal difference of -25, which at least wasn't the worst in the division, but in terms of points it was the worst in the division. So Portsmouth are going down and Donnarumma is leaving, meaning that Erling Haaland, of the 8 players were tried in this, is the best player, the only player who could keep a League One team in the Premier League. How did Donnarumma get on in the top flight of English football? And you know what, he's done really well, to be fair to him. 7.22 average rating, again, it's just as good as he was in the Championship and League One. He got 10 clean sheets, so about 1 in 4, which is pretty good for a team that got relegated with less than 30 points. 49 goals conceded, which again, it's not awful for a team that have finished rock bottom. Portsmouth, it would appear, have been let down by a lack of goals. Let's have a look at the team, and Donnarumma and Grady Diangana are the only 2 regular starters to get higher than a 7. They signed Davinson Sanchez, which is quite a big signing for Pompey. Let's have a look at the goals, and only Callum Morton hit double figures. Goals have been the issue for Portsmouth. Donnarumma could only take them so far. His heroics in between the sticks took them to the Premier League, but once they got there, they were relegated, and that is it for this series. We have had 4 Wonderkids and 4 veterans. 3 of the Wonderkids got to the Premier League, only 1 of them stayed there. As for the veterans, none of them made it to the Premier League. As for Donnarumma, he got to the Premier League, couldn't keep them there, but he did pretty well, to be honest with you. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a versus, a veterans team versus a Wonderkids team. Let me know in the comments below if you want to say that. I'm more than happy to do one more video of this little series, but for now we are going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo, and until next time, we will see you around.